Emma was always worried about everything: her job, her future, and what others thought of her. She spent most of her time overthinking, unable to enjoy the present. One afternoon, she went for a walk in the park to clear her mind. As she strolled along the path, she noticed an old man sitting on a bench, smiling peacefully. His calmness intrigued her, and she couldn't resist asking, "Why do you look so happy?" The old man chuckled and looked at her kindly. "Because I choose to be happy every day," he said. Emma frowned, confused by his words. "But how?" "Life is full of problems," he nodded. "Yes, but happiness is not about avoiding problems. It's about not letting them control you. Worrying won't change anything. Instead, enjoy the little things, like the sunshine, fresh air, and good company." Emma listened carefully. She had never thought about happiness as a choice before. As she walked home, his words stayed in her mind. Could it really be that simple? She decided to try. The next day, she would find one small thing to appreciate. Maybe, just maybe, she could learn to be happy too. The next morning, Emma woke up with the old man's words still in her mind. Instead of reaching for her phone as usual, she took a deep breath and decided to do something different. She stepped outside for a short walk. The air was crisp, and the morning sun painted the sky in soft shades of pink and orange. She listened to the birds singing and felt the cool breeze on her face. For the first time in a long while, she noticed how beautiful the world around her was. When she arrived at work, she greeted her coworkers with a smile. "Good morning," she said cheerfully. Some of them seemed surprised, but they smiled back. Throughout the day, Emma focused on small, positive moments. She enjoyed her coffee, appreciated a kind word from a colleague, and took a few minutes to relax instead of stressing over every task. Her friend Sarah noticed the change. "Emma, you seem different today," she said curiously. "I'm trying to focus on happiness." Emma replied with a smile. Sarah nodded. "That's a great idea. Happiness is a habit, you know." Emma realized she had taken the first step toward a new way of living. A week passed, and Emma continued her new habit of focusing on small moments of happiness. But one day, work became overwhelming. Her boss gave her extra tasks, deadlines felt impossible, and stress started creeping in. She could feel frustration building up, and for a moment she thought, maybe today isn't a happy day. As she sat at her desk, she remembered the old man's advice. She took a deep breath and decided to approach the situation differently. Instead of panicking, she made a list of everything she needed to do. "One step at a time," she whispered to herself. She focused on finishing one task before moving to the next, refusing to let stress take over. By the end of the day, she was surprised. She had managed to complete most of her work without feeling as exhausted as she usually did. That night, as she lay in bed, she realized something important. Happiness wasn't about avoiding difficult days. It was about handling them with a calm and positive attitude. Life would always have challenges, but she was learning that her reaction to them made all the difference. She felt proud of herself for not giving up. One afternoon, Emma went to the park after work to relax. As she sat on a bench enjoying the cool breeze, she heard a child crying nearby. She turned and saw a little boy standing alone, tears running down his face. His hands were empty, and he kept looking up at the sky. Emma walked over and knelt beside him. "What's wrong?" she asked gently. The boy sniffled and pointed upward. "My balloon flew away," he said in a trembling voice. Emma looked at his sad face and felt a deep sense of empathy. She glanced around and saw a small cart selling balloons not far away. Without hesitation, she bought a red balloon and handed it to him. His eyes widened in surprise. "Really? For me?" he asked, his tears forgotten. Emma nodded with a smile. "Yes, now you have a new one." The boy grinned, holding the balloon tightly. "Thank you," he said before running back to his mother. As Emma watched him go, she felt warmth spread through her heart. In that moment, she understood something important. Happiness wasn't just about feeling good herself. It was also about bringing joy to others. Months passed, and Emma's life slowly transformed. She still had challenges, but she no longer allowed them to control her emotions. Each morning, she found something to appreciate: a beautiful sunrise, a kind word from a friend, or even the simple pleasure of a warm cup of tea. She had learned that happiness wasn't about waiting for perfect days, but about making every day meaningful. One evening, she returned to the same park where she had met the old man. She sat on the bench, watching the world around her. Children laughed as they played, birds chirped in the trees, and the gentle wind carried the scent of blooming flowers. She smiled to herself, realizing how much she had changed. She thought about the little boy she had helped, the stressful days she had handled with patience, and the moments she had chosen joy over worry. She finally understood what the old man had meant. Happiness was not something to chase. It was something to create. It was in the way she reacted, the way she treated others, and the way she embraced each day. As she sat there, she felt truly content, knowing she had found the secret to being happy.